New Dynamic Parenter allows to change the parent of an item through time. This is made easy by a visual gizmo that can be dragged over the new parents. In this video, we'll take a look at how it works. Let's create 3 nulls. 1, 2, and 3. Now, I'm going to create a very simple animation. So those nulls are going to oscillate on the y-axis. We can select them all, open the graph editor, select the y-axis of each null, and set the pulse behavior to oscillate. We can also select all the keyframes and change the tension value to 1. So now we get a nice animation curve. If we play the animation, that's what we get, just those 3 nulls oscillating. So let's say we want to parent the camera to this null, then to this null, and then to this null. All we need to do is select the camera, open the motion options, and add parenter. Now we can use this gizmo to parent the camera to the nulls. So let's say that at frame 20 we want the camera to be parented to null 1. I'm going to grab the gizmo and get close null 1. As you can see, the name is changing, light, null 2, null 3, and so on, and release the mouse button. So let's take a look at what's happening now. At frame 0 the camera is parented to the world, so of course it's not moving until we don't reach frame 20. At frame 20 the gizmo is clearly showing us that now the camera is parented to null 1, and as we can see it's moving with null 1. Now let's parent it to null 2, let's say at frame 60. So all we have to do is to grab the gizmo and once again go very close to null 2, leave the mouse button, and now from frame 60 the camera is moving with null 2. So now null 1, now null 2, and let's say at frame 100 we want the camera to be parented to null 3. Same thing, very easy. So we can play the whole animation. Null 1, null 2, null 3, and nothing of course at the start. We can also use the right mouse button on the gizmo to delete the last parenting operation. So for example, if I click with the right mouse button now on the gizmo here, the camera would be parented to null 1, then null 2, but not to null 3 anymore. Now if we want to parent the camera back to the world, all we have to do is to click and drag over the camera itself. So now at frame 100 the camera will be parented to the world, which means that it will have no parent at all. If we play the animation we can see how after frame 100 the camera stays in place. Let's see another quick example. I create a null and add some bonds. So draw child bonds. Okay, let's create a chain. Then I create another null and do the same. So draw child bonds. Let's do something like this. I'm going to animate those bonds using dynamics. All I have to do is to right click on the first bond and click on count twist So now we created rigid bodies, one for each bond, and a constraint linking them. So if we hit play now, we'll get this animation. Let's do the same for the other chain. So count twist, and of course now they should collide. So let's add another null, and I'm going to add the item shape plugin here so we can better visualize the null. I want to parent this null to this bond, and in the moment the two chains are touching, I want to change the parent to another bond on the other chain. So I'm going to add parenter, and at frame 0 I'm going to parent the box to bond 10. So now we have this, exactly what we wanted. The chains are touching at frame 23, and so I'm going to drag this to bond 13, which is the last bond on the other chain. Let's see if that worked. It worked perfectly. If we want, of course, we can parent the box back to this bond, so bond 10 again, and now we have this double exchange. Very easy and of course very useful.